Hi everyone. A few of you have asked, Jeremy, what's the difference between INTP and ISTP? That's a really good question. At first glance, those types can seem very similar, and to be honest, they are quite similar, but there are some key differences. The INTP has Extroverted Intuition as their second cognitive function, which means that I'm an INTP, by the way, we are stuck in the what if. So we use our introverted thinking, which is our main function, in conjunction with extroverted intuition to think, what are the possibilities? What could possibly happen? What are the different patterns and observations I've seen? All of the information I've gathered, what could possibly happen with all of this? How does all of this relate? Versus the ISTP, they use their introverted thinking to figure out, how can I apply this in the real world? It's kind of like the INTJ in the, I'm more interested in applying this than just theory crafting. So ISTPs have Extroverted Sensing as their second cognitive function. And that enables them to be very much tethered to reality and the real world around them. They get lots of satisfaction from using their hands and building and fixing and having adventures like driving a motorcycle and bungee jumping and stuff like that. Now, the first thing people see whenever they meet anyone is their extroverted function, their first extroverted function. So for INTPs, people will see extroverted intuition. That's their second function. They'll see that first, and for us, it looks like kind of la-la land, right? We're just looking around. What are the possibilities? Looking at all the patterns and thinking, what could happen here? What's the future of this? How does this relate to everything else? Look at all of this, wow. Versus the ISTP, extroverted sensing, that's what people see, and they notice immediately that they are very, I don't mean this in a bad way, they're very grounded to reality and can sometimes appear very serious. Now the thing is that they're actually not very serious. It's not a very serious type. Now, it will appear as if they are because their primary function is introverted thinking, robot, and so they're analyzing the hell out of everything around them, but you don't see it. The first thing you see is extroverted sensing, which is them being quite in touch with things around them. So they like to manipulate the environment, take things apart, touch things, haptic feedback. They love being able to manipulate the world around them in a physical manner. They're very sensual. And so they notice a very serious and sensual person. That's what people notice with the ISTP. Now, make no mistake, they're absolutely just as weird as the INTP on the inside. So the ISTP, their third function is introverted intuition, which is arguably the weirdest function out of all of the functions. And it gives them little glimpses and flashes of, is something going on here? Why do you think that happened? And it happens almost in a precognitive way. This enables them to have just a bit of the INFJ/INTJ voodoo magic capability, where they can kind of pick up vibes and understand what's going on without having to directly experience things. It also enables them to be really, really good at having a sense of humor. And they're able to synthesize words and have wordplay very, very easily and effortlessly. And they're really a fun, it's really a fun type to play around with and just talk with. Now the INTP, their third function is the introverted sensing, which means gathering data and but more importantly taking the information that's been gathered through introverted thinking and then thinking, how does this compare to what I've already experienced? It's not strictly memory. A lot of people think introverted sensing is memory. It's not just memory. It's taking all of the things that you're gathering around you, and then comparing it to the what you've already experienced from a sensing perspective, and seeing if it checks out. And so that's not quite as fun and voodoo magic as Introverted Intuition, which is what ISTP has. So in a way, ISTPs are more traditionally intuitive than an INTP, even though they're a sensing type, ISTP. And I think that's really cool. I would say the same thing for the ISFP. They're quite intuitive from a traditional sense of the term intuition than some intuitive types, meaning they have an N in their letters. Now, just general observations. The ISTP is going to be a lot more serious. At least they're going to look as if they are a lot more serious. They're going to dress pretty damn well. They are going to have a very Spartan household, meaning if they could live with a cardboard table, a card table and a bucket and a cot, then they would live with that. However, they do have an amazing ability to get very they can create beautiful art, I guess is what I'm trying to say, if they so desire. That they can really do some amazing things, that they're very talented, generally speaking, from what I've observed. That they can their mechanical ability to take apart things and fix things and build things and decorate, even if they want to, is really, really great. And they usually have a great fashion sense, and they usually understand colors and how colors work together and patterns very well. The INTP is going to come off as very, very much less serious from initial observation because of our extroverted intuition. It's going to seem like we're not really in the room. We're going to be very much kind of in la la land. The Spartan household thing probably carries forward, but the INTP probably has a slight tendency to be more messy. I've trained myself out of that, so it is possible, but that's a thing. You'll notice that oftentimes INTPs care more about the what if when talking about a situation than actually experiencing it. So a great example would be, hey, having a Ducati motorcycle sure would be really cool. I bet it would be really fast. And there, I just experienced it. That's all I need. Versus an ISTP might say, let's go try a Ducati motorcycle. The thrill, the hands-on, let's go actually do it. And I'd be like, whoa, I didn't want to actually do it. The ISTP says, come on, let's go do it. And I'm like, maybe. I mean, I've already experienced it in my head. And so, that's a big difference between the two types. So hopefully this has been helpful. If you have anything else you want to add to the differences between ISTP and INTP, besides the fact that also INTPs live in their mother's basement and ISTPs do not, other than that, then leave a comment below. Also, subscribe to my channel and hit a like on the video if you feel like doing either one of those. That would help tremendously. I'll give you some awkward silence here to do that on your mobile device or phone or laptop or whatever, your AS400 mainframe server, whatever you're watching this on. You did it.